10 minutes ago, Lee Min-ho finally did what with Song Hye-kyo. After all this time since her shocking breakup with Song Joong Ki, fans have been holding their breath, wondering if the two Hallyu stars would ever cross paths in a meaningful way. And now something completely unexpected has just happened. What exactly did Lee Min-ho do? Why now? And how did Song Hye-kyo respond? Let's dive in and uncover the full story only here on Red Carpet Revealed. The world of K entertainment is no stranger to drama, surprise romances, or emotional reckonings. But tonight, something happened that no one could have predicted. Something that has left fans, the press, and even insiders in complete shock. Just 10 minutes ago, Lee Min-ho, Korea's most elusive and guarded leading man, finally did what many thought he never would. He made a public, powerful, and deeply emotional gesture just for Song Hye-kyo. And it wasn't just romantic. It was a declaration, a marking of territory, a moment that said, "She's mine." A storm brewing for years ever since Song Hye-kyo's heartbreaking divorce from actor Song Joong Ki in 2019. Her every move has been watched, scrutinized, and analyzed to the bone. She remained strong, graceful, but noticeably guarded, choosing silence over scandal, dignity over drama. During the same years, Lee Min-ho was quietly rising even further with global recognition and a carefully controlled public image. He rarely showed vulnerability, let alone involvement in anyone's personal matters, especially not hers, but insiders knew there was more beneath the surface. Despite never officially collaborating, Lee Min-ho and Song Hye-kyo have crossed paths at award shows, fashion events, and through mutual friends. Their brief interactions have always been marked by an unmistakable tension, the kind that only exists between two people who have shared too much in silence. Fans had theories. The press had suspicions, but both stars remained tight-lipped until now. Tonight, one stage, one moment, and a nation holding its breath. At the Celestia Global Icons Night, held in Seoul, a celebration of top-tier brand ambassadors from across Asia, no one expected drama Song Hye-kyo was the featured guest, elegant in a floor-length silver gown that shimmered like moonlight. She was poised, beautiful, and alone. But midway through the event, whispers began. Someone unexpected had entered the building. Lee Min-ho, he wasn't on the official guest list. He wasn't scheduled to speak. And yet, just as Song Hye-kyo was invited to the stage to receive an honorary award, Lee Min-ho rose from the shadows and approached the spotlight. Security didn't stop him. No one moved. Cameras zoomed in. It was as if the room collectively held its breath. What happened next was something out of a movie, a gesture that shook the nation. Lee Min-ho walked to the edge of the stage with no script, no microphone, and no fear. He reached out his hand, not to greet, not to congratulate, but to hold hers. The crowd froze. There was no doubt about the intimacy of the moment. His hand found hers with confidence. His eyes locked onto hers, said everything. "I'm here for you, with you." And then in front of the most influential figures in Asia's entertainment world, he leaned in and whispered something that only she could hear. Song Hye-kyo, always so composed, blinked in surprise. Then she smiled. Not the polite smile of a public figure, but a deeply personal, almost relieved smile. That moment lasted barely 15 seconds, but it will be replayed for years. A message to the world: I choose her. The gesture wasn't a proposal, it wasn't a performance, it was something far more dangerous in the world of stardom. A raw, emotional act of truth. Within minutes, fans flooded social media with clips from the moment. The hashtag #MinhuUnfolded exploded globally, but more than romantic speculation. This felt like a statement of claiming, not in the toxic possessive sense, but in the protective, unmistakable way that says, "You've suffered enough. I'm here now, and I'm not going anywhere." Ignoring the noise, "She doesn't belong to the past anymore" song. Hye-kyo has long lived in the shadow of her past. Critics labeled her cold, distant, or unable to love again. Every interaction she had with a male colleague became tabloid fodder. Rumors of dating, loneliness, regret. The public treated her life like a battlefield. But Lee Min Ho's action didn't just comfort her, it confronted them, the media, the doubters, the ghosts of her past. He wasn't whispering to her, he was shouting to the world, she doesn't belong to your judgment anymore. She doesn't belong to rumors or regrets. She belongs to herself. And now, if she'll have me, she belongs with me. Within seconds of the moment being caught on camera, social media exploded into chaos and awe. Twitter, now X, Instagram, TikTok, and Naver blogs were flooded with reactions. That's not acting, that's not PR. That's real one fan, wrote voice shaking in a TikTok live stream as she replayed the video for the 14th time. I haven't breathed for 5 minutes. Did we just witness history? Another netizen posted. Even celebrities couldn't stay silent. An anonymous actor who worked with both Lee Min Ho and Song Hye Kyo shared on an industry forum. He's been waiting for the right moment. People thought he was passive. They were wrong, he was being respectful. Suddenly, the narrative around both stars changed. No longer was Song Hye Kyo seen as the grieving ex-wife of a fairy tale gone wrong. No longer was Lee Min Ho just the heartthrob king of K-drama. Now they were the two leads in a story no screenwriter could have imagined. Behind the eyes, what led to this moment? Sources close to Lee Min Ho have quietly confirmed something shocking. This moment wasn't spontaneous. It was planned by him. He had been waiting, watching, respecting her silence, allowing her to heal. And when the moment was finally right, when the world least expected it, he acted. Not to steal attention, but to protect her before someone else tried to define her story again. It wasn't just an act of love. It was an act of timing, maturity, and intention. He didn't want to come into our life as another storm, one stylist reportedly said. He wanted to be her shelter, and perhaps he already was. Song Hye Kyo, the woman who refused to break. Let's not forget the woman at the center of it all. After her divorce, Song Hye Kyo chose silence. She turned down dozens of interviews. She took a break from filming. She left the country for months traveling through Europe and quietly rediscovering herself. Insiders say she was approached by many men in the industry but turned them all away. Why? Because as one of her closest friends allegedly shared, she said she didn't want a man who would complete her. She wanted someone who could respect her, wait for her, and stand beside her, not in front of her. And now it seems she has found exactly that. Whispers turn into waves. What does this mean for the future? Industry experts are now buzzing with possibilities. Will Lee Min Ho and Song Hye Kyo finally star together in a drama? Will this moment be followed by an official confirmation of their relationship? Or will they allow the mystery to live a little longer, shielded from the cameras, safe in each other's quiet understanding? One thing is clear. This wasn't a PR stunt. It was a personal truth made public. And the industry know. The world isn't ready to look away. She's mine without chains. I'm hers without fear. This line, paraphrased from a trending fan-made poster just hours after the incident, may as well become the new tagline of Korean entertainment's most unexpected love story. In a world where celebrity couples often hide, crumble, or perform for public approval, Lee Min Ho and Song Hye Kyo have done something radical. They've taken back control of their story. With one gesture, one look, one moment, and the entire world witnessed it just 10 minutes ago.